Talent is not enough. Hi, welcome to our Personal Branding IRL in real life. My name is Ritvik Raje. This is a space where we try to understand how communication, behavior, and presence actually affects our workplace personal brand and also in real life. This is not a space for motivational advice or quick tips, right? This is a place where we try to decode real life, high pressure workplace situations and why talented people fail to grow. If you're listening to this, if you're listening to this, treat this as a thinking session and not as a performance. If you're listening to this, treat this as a thinking session and not as a performance, right? Let's get into today's conversation. Talent is not enough. Now imagine that easy apply button that we have all seen on LinkedIn job portals, right? And job listings. What happens is the moment that you go to apply via the easy apply button on the job listing, you immediately see that beside that there is a number of applicants mentioned for every job, right? And most of the times what happens is there are at least 100 applicants to every job listing. Now imagine yourself sitting in that room with all those applicants waiting for that call to come, right? You're sitting with all those applicants who probably have the same kind of experience, same kind of skills, and probably in 5 out of 10 times the same kind of industries, organizations, and roles. They might even have the same KPIs and results that you have achieved. So, what differentiates you? Is it your assumed skills, which you are supposed to have and everybody else around you is supposed to have? Or is it something else? Is it a consistent behavior pattern that keeps you in the room, that gets you talked about positively in a positive glow of light so that people respect you, trust you? Well, personal brand is something similar, right? Personal brand, by definition, means a consistent set of behavior patterns and communication style. The way that you talk to people in different situations, right? Because workplace inculcates that habit of, or that those instances where you can't be the same all the time, right? Where there is a non-pressurized situation when it's all calm and rosy, you are not the same as compared to when you are questioned by a senior management official on the results of the last project or campaign, right? Your contributions are one part of your entire job profile and your overall feedback review. Your contributions are based not only on your skills but also on the basis of how did you contribute to the overall culture and morale of the team. And that culture and morale is built on consistent behavior patterns that you show in different situations. Now let's take an example. Let's take a high pressure environment, right? You're sitting in a meeting with top management officials and you are trying to present how you and your team has actually made an impact. Now, in this position, somehow what happens during your presentation, you're in the middle of presentation and you are trying to explain how you have made an impact, and how it has affected positively to the company as well as to the client. And suddenly, in the middle of it, one of the top management professionals abruptly stops you and asks you a question which you were going to cover a little later. What do you do at that point of time? Do you get pissed off, aggressive, or do you calmly take a pause, take a breath, and answer them? Thank you for that question. I will be coming back to that in a little while. So if you can hold it till then we will be able to answer your question at that point of time. Otherwise, if you need to know right now, I can give you an answer, but not the full thing. Now, how simple was that? It looks simple, but it's very difficult to do it and as well as do it consistently. Those positive situations actually build up a positive personal brand for you. When you're not in the room, that is how you're being talked about. That you are loyal, you are respected, and you are trustworthy. Have you ever heard a manager or a top level official in a meeting suddenly say that when a new project is being discussed, right? They suddenly mention that let's get this team member in because I feel that they are trustworthy and they are helpful and I trust them to get the job done. Have you heard a top management official say this about somebody else? Maybe they are also talking about you in a room where you are not present. Now, do you want them to talk positively, glowingly about you, or do you want them to talk about you in such a way that it affects your future chances and opportunities of growth? Your personal brand affects your growth in your organization as well as in your career. How does my personal brand, why should I care about what others think? Right? This is the most common perception. But my dear friend, the consistency of communication skills are not something to be taken lightly. The consistency of your behavior patterns at workplace are not something that is to be taken lightly. Now, while you can be your true self and uh, a unique personality in front of your loved ones and your personal relationships, you can't exactly be like that at your workplace. And we all know that. So, what do? You build a personal brand, you build a personality, you build your confidence from inside, from within, so that you are trustworthy, respected, and efficient. What else were we going to talk about? Right. Now, what is a consistent communication style? Right. It's divided in different pillars. How do you listen? How do you speak? How is your body language? Right? How much time are you putting in so that you listen to the other person without interrupting them? Are you taking a pause before answering, or are you rushing into the answer before even the question is finished? These are the different behavior patterns that are notable by people above you as well as people below you. Your team respects you not because you learn their slangs, it's because you listen to them and you help them grow. You listen to them and you speak them respectfully. You tell them, you don't shout at them, you don't demean them. You make them feel welcomed with your body language. These are very minimal things that you can change in your workplace behavior patterns throughout the day. But these things affect you long term when you build consistent patterns. There have been so many times in my working career, and I've worked for 10 plus years in 8 plus industries, I have seen many people struggle with a lot of managers, and these managers could be toxic, could be difficult to handle. But for me, honestly, I have always been able to manage my managers. Now, it might sound manipulative that am I manipulating my managers? But it's not manipulation. It's steering the ship in the right direction, in the direction that you want to go. Now, this person might be raising your voice at them. You have to cut them off and you have to shut them down. You have to make sure that you help them realize that there are certain boundaries, that you can't say yes to everything and you can't agree to every opinion that they might have. These boundaries help you build that assertive force around you, build those boundaries around you, and yet at the same time earn that respect and trust. Reliability is not about, you know, falling head over heels for somebody. Reliability is being able to do what you are supposed to do while keeping a calm head, while maintaining groundedness. And all of these different patterns, which are positive, which help you build a communication style and a personal brand, these are the patterns that help you succeed. For example, what happens the next time when a project is being discussed? A new project, right? A new project requires a new team. A new team is built with high performers, people who are good at what they do, but also people who can take up the challenge and work collaboratively with other people so that nobody is left behind and everybody's work gets done at the same time, right? This is what a new project requires. Now, what happens if, for example, there is a person who has been classified as being aggressive in stressful, pressurized situation? He doesn't, he always says no to everything. While he might be absolutely talented and might be doing great work, but if that person is not being able to collaborate with people calmly, confidently, then what do you think happens when their name comes in the discussion for building that team for that new project? Ah, he's too aggressive, too rude. We need somebody with a calm head for this new project because failures will happen. Which side do you want to be? Do you want to be on that side where your name comes up in the room and somebody says, oh, yeah, that person is reliable and respectful? They always have a calm head in pressurized situations and always look for the solution. Consistency in style does not mean that you are always saying yes to somebody so that your job is safe, so that you come out as somebody who's ready for anything, who's capable of anything. But mate, well, you are a human being. You only have so many hours in a day. You only have so much energy in a day. All of these factors together build your personal brand. And this is the way that people are perceiving you in real life, at your workplace, daily, every day. And all the conversations happen around you regarding your personal brand, not just your work. You know that, right? I mean, you and I, we have all been a part of gossips. But gossips aside, when it comes to hard facts, when it comes to real progress and real growth, and appraisals and positive reviews and better promotions and better job roles, good hikes, these are not just dependent on how much work you put in, how many hours you put in, but it's also about your personal brand. The brand which is built on a solid communication style. How you speak, how you listen, how your body language is, behavioral awareness, learning more about yourself. Personal branding is not about marketing or selling yourself. It's about calm authority, it's about self awareness, and it's about behavioral awareness. I've seen my own sisters struggle with getting an on site opportunity or getting the right amount of hike or getting the right promotion or the right project. She has always struggled with this. Well, to a certain point, that she realized that she has to build a personal brand for herself. She has to be more firm and communicative about what she has done, about how she leads teams, about how she's worked day and night to finish this project and created an impact that saved so much money and time for the company. So remember, talent opens doors, but it's your personal brand that helps you stay in. That's all for me today. If this session made you think differently about how you communicate, how you're perceived at your workplace, and how to improve that perception, well, that's enough. You don't need to agree with everything that I've told you, but take home whatever resonated with you. Can actually, I'll continue these conversations in a series called Personal Branding IRL, and this is season 0, where we are trying to lay down foundations for how communication, behavior, and the way that we are perceived can help us build better personal brand. If you want to stay around, there are short clips of my previous live sessions. This was a recorded session because during my last live session, my mic absolutely failed. But hey, I will be there next Friday at 8 p.m. on YouTube. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.